This is Abdullah Kashmula, Class CIS 220, Object-Oriented Programming, and this is Class 1 assignment. For Class 1 assignment, I made a flowchart for the program, which is the steps it's going to go through in order to get my output and so on. So the first thing, we're going to initialize the rollers, which is choosing between the 5 different rollers. Each roller can be a class and we can choose from it, and each class is going to change the input letter and give a different output letter. And initialize the index. I'm also going to make a counter. I'm calling it index in here. This one is more the starting position of first, second, and third rotor. In the Enigma, like it starts could start somewhere between 1 and 26, and same for the two other different rotors. And the third one is initializing the keys, which is the exchange of the keys of the keyboard. For example, exchanging the E with the X, the C with the T, and so on. That can be a different class where it's going to have to go through and change the keys. Then it's going to be the input. For now, I'm using a user input, so that until the program is working, then I'm going to change it into reading from a file to allow me to do it quicker, or read an entire text file. After inputting the first letter, is going to add 1 to the index, which is our counter on the first wheel. And after that is going to go through the first rotor, which is at position 1, and it's going to change the letter. Then it's going to go the second rotor and the third rotor, so on. It's going to change each time. Then it's going to go through the reflector, which it goes back to the third rotor. Now, at this point, I'm not quite sure of how the rotors are working, and whether I have to reverse it over here, or is it going to be the same as the other rotor. Like, for example, if this inputs an A, it's going to spit out a B. But if I input a B in here, does that mean it's going to spit out an A or from this position? But if I input an A in here, it might spit out also a B. So I might need to invert that, but I did not fully understand the rotor. Then it's going to go back to the rotor at position 2, position 1. Then after that is going to show me the output letter. And the circle keeps going back to the second character or letter, and so on. For now, the spaces and numbers are not going to be included. So whatever number is going to be inputted, there's going to be an exception at each rotor, which is that if it's not a letter, then it's going to stay the same, which is the default is going to just output the same input.